Some of the people finding this are gonna recognize me. I imagine the majority aren't, and probably won't stay on this video. It's all good. Hello, hi, I am Serena, better known as Shit-imma-artist. So, I am mostly known from Instagram and doing IRL events like markets, Armageddon conventions, things like that. Over the last 6 or so years, I have slowly been gaining a following. And one of the things I've been wanting to do for a while now is start a YouTube channel, film my art content, and just some more long form things. So here we are. I was meant to start literally like the start of this year, and we're in May. We're getting there. Things happen. Life is so busy. And I pretty much just wanted to film a really quick intro, introduce myself, talk a little bit about what I'm hoping to achieve, and yeah, I'm hoping by doing this, it's going to be a nice start to push off into actually getting to create more content. No real schedule because life is hectic when you work a 9-to-5 job, have to work on commissions, and then do everything else in between that. But no, anyway, so who I am. Like I said, you can call me Serena. I am known as Shit-imma-artist. That namesake I have had, gosh, since well into my teenage years. How did that come about? Because I'm aware it's a weird name, and I do know it does get me a little bit of issues, I suppose, when applying to certain markets, especially if the people don't know who I am yet, because you have a, oh no, a swear word. But no, so ever since I was very young, early days in college, intermediate sort of thing, I knew that I wanted to pursue the arts. There was a very slight moment there where I wasn't sure if I wanted to stick to art or pursue a more like mortuary assistant route, I suppose you could call it. I saw the requirements, and one was like, tattoo artist, we recommend art, you don't have to have a qualification. And the other one had a big old list of sciences, and that pretty much made my decision for me. So since I was a teen, I had an interest in art, and I wanted to specifically become a tattoo artist myself. I got the tattoo guns and I practiced a little bit. I never actually got any good. I didn't practice anywhere near as much, and my interest shifted, so to say. So now I am only the tattooed and never the tattooer. But no, so I focus mainly on creating streetwear. But because of that kind of thought process from when I was younger and realizing right off the bat, I went, shit, this is a hard career to get into. And so the username was made and it stuck, and I can't see myself changing it, even if it gives me a little bit of grief. I think it's become synonymous with who I am and my work, and it's too integrated into my stuff. So that's how the name's come about. And, you know, for the last multiple years, I have been focusing just about all my free time and all my efforts into art, trying to turn it into a full-time business. Each year we get a little bit closer, which is always so exciting, and I just can't wait to have the chance to actually take it full-time and see how far we can go with it. These videos, this first one is probably going to be a little bit wonky, as will the next few, but ultimately my goal is to do a couple of things, which is make long-form content that you guys can enjoy, and I want to use it as a chance to explore my interests a little bit more alongside you guys. So of course art's going to be a staple of the channel. I already have some ideas. Like, I think it would be really fun to get to record and show off some of the different challenges that come up throughout the month, like Art Fight. I think that would be awesome. I get the epic opportunities at the moment to do mural work, and right now I have a few possible ones coming up again. I would love to be able to sort myself out enough to film the mural processes and show off that side of things to you guys. General art stuff. I have a comic that I started 5 years ago and have not touched for the last like 3 years. And that's because it's a passion project and I just don't have any time to reason away on it. So if I turn it into content for here, that's a really great way to take it from pure passion to, well, now it's like integrated more into my job, my art. On top of that, anyone who's been following me for a really, really long time, they know that I love horror. I love horror and weird shit, and as you can see behind me, I have a physical media collection, specifically DVDs, even the stuff that looks like it's a VHS. It's limited edition DVD. It's really fucking cool. I'm not opposed to VHS. I don't have any. I don't have a player. But yeah, of course, I would love to get to explore that more with just the fans of my content, especially the fans that do love specifically my horror stuff. Every year I release a scene that reviews and talks about different horror media, specifically from my collections, with the odd, exemption, like if it's part of a series, but I don't have the rest or anything like that. And then I also have my bloody sexy pinup stickers, horror movie villains, redrawn as sexy pinup woman. I think we can all get behind that, and I'm very excited that that is on its 4th year in a row now. The villains are starting to move away a little bit out of the mainstream, so I add in a fun little scene with the packets, and that way everyone's happy because they can find out where they came from. And that sort of stuff I'd like to explore more here. Specifically horror movie reviews. I'm happy to be the chick that tells you what happens in the films when you're too scared to watch them. I will take that on. I always see those comments underneath videos. Hell yeah. On top of that, I genuinely like physical media. I've got CDs in my car, and I also like collecting oddities. Next to me, I have like shark teeth and fossils and sulfur in this little jar, which I think are particularly cool. I've had these since I was a little girl. I actually don't remember where they came from. Some of them will be museums. I think some of them are just from family, like overseas. And then higher up on my shelves is like wet specimens, and I've got like bugs and stuff on my wall. My collections are slowly growing, and I think it would be really fun to get to show that off to you guys. Yeah, I suppose that's pretty much everything. So hello, welcome to my channel. I hope I've grabbed your interest and you'll stick around, and I hope to create really cool content that can entertain you guys, whether as background sound while you work or just genuinely like something fun that you want to watch. So we have our first video up, and I'm hoping that continues to spur me into making more. We got this. We're gonna do a great job. I will see you in the next one.